right here with one of the best trainers in the sport, father and trainer Shawn Porter, Kenny Porter.
Hey.
Kenny, Shawn's sitting pretty with the WBC title. Lots of options. Which one do you like the best right now?
Errol Spence. There's no other option. There's no option. Errol Spence. You know, I never understood why people, and a guy such as yourself should be able to figure this out by now. We're not in control of what the business does. When the business says that's who you're gonna fight, that's who you're gonna fight. You know, obviously at this point, you know, this is the best fight that's there for both guys involved. You know, so we want the fight. We're waiting on, you know, that to be put together. When that happens, you know, we'll be ready for it.
Is it a fight that's happening because the business demands it, or is it more you and Shawn been waiting on the Errol Spence
Yeah,
fight?
but we couldn't, you know, there was nothing we could do about it. You know, we're not in control of the business, you know, and you see all this stuff. I mean, I don't understand why these guys, like on the internet, won't try to be just a little bit more insightful, get a little bit more information, and also be a little bit more original. Because the first thing people holler is ducking. Nobody ducks anybody in the business. It's business, right? If you had a business, whatever type of business you had, if your business was yard work and landscaping, you're not gonna take the small house over here when you got the big house over here that you could, you know, take on. Or you're not gonna take the small little 2-bedroom apartments when you can have a whole entire apartment, you know, with 50 people, you know, living in it. So that's the business. And now it looks like the business is favoring us that we can get that fight. So we're looking forward to it.
Is that ever tough to wrestle with when it's Kenny and Shawn, the trainer and the fighter, versus Kenny and Shawn, the businessmen, where it's like, well, you know, let me at him, let me at the killers, but then maybe the businessman says it might be smart to take this fight.
No. We've never had that. That's never been a problem for us. That's never been a problem for us. When I say the business, we didn't have control of who we fought the last time we fought. That was a mandatory situation. Okay. And then prior to that, we, you know, had lobbied for a number of years to get a fight with Dan. But we lobbied for a number of years to get a fight with Keith. People forget that, you know. So Shawn had to literally, you know, get in rings and go into people's press conferences and say, hey, you know, and I guess he was frustrated, so he did that, which, you know, as we look back on it, it worked. It wasn't anything that I implored him to do, but he did it, and it worked.
Is this situation then, if that's what happens, Spence and Porter, is that a credit to Shawn, the cloth he's cut from? I mean, all fighters are tough, but the fact that when other guys were in Shawn's shoes and everything was lined up to fight Spence, they kind of stepped away, and Shawn...
Oh, so we'll get some credit now?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
We'll be able to get some credit now?
Right.
We'll be able to get some credit now. Yeah. Give us the credit now. Right. No, you know what? You don't need us to give us any credit. All you need to do is ring the bell. We don't need it. We're not the type of people, and he's definitely not, but we're not the type of people that need someone else to say, hey, you guys did a great job. The only people that are concerned about the job we do that really matters is him and myself. So we feed off of that going both ways, and that's how he's been able to be successful, not just in professional boxing, but he's successful, you know, in school and education, and that's how he's been successful now with the Fox Sports show he has and the different things that he's doing. He's been successful.
And Kenny, when you saw Errol last month in Texas, it seemed like a lot of people like yourself who've been around the amateur program and all that, they kind of knew that was coming, all the stuff Errol could show, but it really surprised a lot of us and a lot of fans and media. Were you surprised at all at the versatility Errol showed in his game, and did it make you say maybe he's a little better than I even thought, or was that?
No, I've always thought he was good. I've always thought he was great. I went up against him in the amateurs with fighters. Then I wound up coaching him and being part of what he was doing through the amateurs. Then we were in the World Championships together. I was one of his coaches. Then we were in the Olympic training camp for a year together. So no, there's no surprises here.
Because it looked like he was just walking guys down, and then against Mikey, he showed.
And he's going to continue to improve. That's not going to change, you know. So when we finally put this together, you know, we have to do anything and everything and be prepared for all of those things. Different looks from him that night, and of course the guy that people see, as you said, walking somebody down. So.
And lastly, just to close on the Spence Porter saga for today. Did Shawn? How do you think stylistically that fight goes? Shawn use his legs more like with Ugas, or does he does it more toe to toe?
Here's the thing. Nobody knows, but you do know this. If he hits Shawn Porter gonna hit him back 4 or 5 times. It just don't change. That part of it's not gonna change. So that's something he's gonna have to deal with that he never dealt with before. And I don't care who you are, what your criticism is, what your thoughts are of the fight. If you feel that he's gonna blow my kid out or whatever else, you're bushing yourself if you think he hits Shawn Porter and he don't get hit back. You're bushing yourself if you think it's a Errol Spence, Danny Garcia fight. Abner Mars sits next to Shawn on the panel on Fox Sports BBC Inside Boxing, said that Errol would win the fight, and the lady said, why? He said, oh, his height. Well, Abner, I'm gonna need you to go ask Alexander Usyk how tall he is. I'm gonna need you to go ask Jesse Hart how tall he is. I need you to go ask Sean Estrada, go ask Edwin Rodriguez, Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade. All of these guys are well over 6 feet tall. I wish between now and whenever we do get this fight done, Errol could grow another 3 or 4 inches. Because Errol's not tall to us. That's not a tall guy to us. That's not tall. Okay? That is not a tall fighter. So, no, it's not the same fight as the guy he just fought. And stylistically, the different styles and the different movements and things like that are going to be created spontaneously. One action is going to create another reaction. So we will, try to work on everything. We will work on everything that it takes to be successful that night and